Good morning, students. Today we are going to read a very important question, that is significance, meaning, effect, and kinds of the Tauheed in this subject of Islamiyat O levels. So concentrate yourself. We are going to start now. First, what is the significance of Tauheed? So concentrate now. The significance of Tauheed is it's a first pillar of Islam. It's a cardinal doctrine of Islam, bedrock of Islam, foundation of Islam. Tawheed is the main difference between a believer and a kafir. And mere chanting of kalima is not all that is important to understand the real effects of the Tawheed. We must understand the kalima itself. So this is the significance of Tawheed. Second, we are going to read the meaning of the kalima. Illah means someone who is worshipped, that is, someone worthy of the worship. So, La ilaha illallah would translate, there is no illah other than the one great being known by the name of Allah. Allah is the personal name of the one great deity. So, this is the meaning of the kalima. Next, we are going to read the effects of the Tawheed on a person's life. So, one by one, we will read the effect and why it affects the believer's life. So, first effect which we are going to read is open-mindedness. And now we are going to read why open-mindedness affect on the Muslim's personality. So, look now. A Muslim understands that everything is a subject of his Lord and his love or interest does not remain confined to any particular group. The next effect on the personality of a believer because of the kalma is self-esteem. And how? Now read it. Believer understand that only Allah has power over his affairs and only he wields authority. He never bows his head or stretches his hand. So look at the effect of the kalama. The next effect of the kalama on the personality of a believer is modesty and humbleness. A believer knows that everything he has is given to him by Allah and he can take it back whenever he wants. The next effect of the kalma on the personality of a Muslim is virtuous and upright. A believer knows that Allah is his only means of success and salvation. He does not look to others as his gateway to prosperity. He only asks from Allah for everything. The next effect of the kalma on the personality of a believer is optimistic, does not despair. Faith is dependence on Allah and that Allah will never leave his side if he is struggling for a good cause. This is the belief of a believer. The next effect of the kalma on the personality of a believer is determination, perseverance, trust in Allah. Strong belief that Allah will help him through every step and is always watching him. So that's why a Muslim, a believer, is determined, preserved, and always have trust in Allah. The next effect of the kalma on the personality of a believer is bravery. Idea that someone else can take his life are destroyed. So this is the belief of the believer that Allah can take his life and Allah can give the life. So since Allah holds the power of giving and taking life, and every living being has a time appointed for him to die and go back to his Lord, no one can stop if the time of the death is approached. So this is the belief of the believer. The next effect of the kalma on the personality of a Muslim is peace and contentment, removal of jealousies, hatred, etc. Believer understands that Allah bestows wealth and fortunes as He and only He wills. Next effect of the kalma on the personality of a believer is obeys Allah's laws and commands. He knows that Allah is watching his every move and that he is closer to him than his own jugular. So this is a Muslim believes. Nothing can evade the Lord of the throne. Best illustration of the Tauheed is found in Surah Ikhlas, and its correct manifestation is contained in Surah Fatiha, wherein one has to say, Iyaka nabudu wa iyaka nasta'in. If one strictly follows this in life, then he is surely on the right path, Sirat-e-Mustaqim, as he worships no one but Allah and seeks help from no one but Allah. And finally, we are going to read the different kinds of the Tauheed. The first kind of the Tauheed is, so first there are three kinds of the Tauheed. And now we are going to read the first type, that is Tauheed-e-Rububiyyah. The self-existence of Allah. He is the sustainer and the cherisher of the universe. So first thing, self-existence. So no one create him, no one can destroy him. So he is self-existed. Second thing, he is the sustainer and the cherisher of the universe, not only the world, but the universe. He is the cherisher and sustainer. The next thing, faith in Allah's oneness as the planner, the creator, the master, and the supporter of everything. So these are the features of Tauheed-e-Rububiyyah. The next kind of the Tauheed is Tauheedul Uluhiyyah. Only Allah is worthy of being worshipped and adored. He is the Allah is only able and only capable, so He is only worthy of being worshipped. All supplications, beseeching, and imploring are due to Him. And imploring. All religious worships are for Allah's sake only. So Allah is only worthy to be worshipped. So this is the kind of the Tauheedul Uluhiyyah. And the final type is Tauheed al-Asma wa Sifat. He is unmatched and his exclusive names and qualities. To give partners to him in his attributes and actions is the negation of Tauheed al-Asma wa Sifat. So this was the topic, students. Read this lecture again very carefully. One of the very, very important lecture. Learn it, make your notes. Thank you so much.